Give me a minute. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
That is not visible. Share again, wait. Is it visible now?
No, okay.
No.
Yeah, can you see now?
Yes.
Yes. Do you guys remember, like, we have in the last session we have just completed with this implementing this passkey. This part we have implemented constant create clerk passkey, and we have written this code. And we were facing some issues. Yeah, so I don't think the issue will continue now, because when I try to close the localhost, when I try to sign in again, and when I try click create passkey, I could see the output. So where is my code? Let me just refresh it. So when I click on create passkey, okay, it is showing passkey. It was just a minute. Let me just sign out. Please sign in again. Using Google. I'll click create passkey. So when I click on create passkey, it is asking to save me. So something will appear like this. You can click on use another device.
Yes, Kit, that is showing.
Yeah. So this is how you create the passkey. So what it is showing for you, Himani?
For me, for you, it is showing Windows security. For me, it is showing Google Password Manager.
Okay. Below that, you will be seeing some different method or something.
Yes. Two
Just
options, two pin options, numbers, and second one, letters and numbers.
okay. But there should be one pop-up which should be displaying it as with some other method or something. So if you click on that, you'll be seeing this Windows security. Try to do that. So like this, right?
Yes, create a passkey to sign in on a local host. Save another way. Mm, Google Password Manager. No. Yes. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one to select?
Maybe
Second one.
we can do either. Like you can do Google Password Manager. Google Password Manager, if we do, so the passkey will be remaining in this the PC which we are using, the
Okay.
laptop which we are using. But let's try with some other way. So by
Hmm.
using our mobile like iPhone, iPad, or Android device, we can scan that and we can give the authentication via our mobile. So it will be a much good experience rather than using it in our same system. So we will just click on iPad, iPhone, or Android device, and I'll just
Okay.
next. Then we have to turn on the Bluetooth. So this shows something like this. So I've scanned this QR code to save a passcode for localhost on your device. So we will be providing the authentication, like we'll be approving it via our mobile. So let me just scan and create a, when you just scan, it will show some save passkey or something. But you have to turn on the Bluetooth in your mobile as well. Okay, I'm approving with my Face ID. So I have done scanning the QR code and I have approved it and I have added Face ID for the approval. So either you can add Face ID or uh, password or anything. So now my passkey is saved. So are you guys able to do that? Once you do that, please let me know. So you should see something like this. Passkey saved. You can use your device to sign into local.
Yes.
Is it done, Himani, from your side?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Kethu.
Yeah. So let me just click OK. What about others? Like, are you guys doing along with me or you'll do later?
I still got the same error, Ketana. I will rectify the same like
Just close the everything that is the browser and try to rerun it, and it will
oh,
definitely come. Yeah. Nothing, no more errors in our code. The only thing is due to some session issue. So try to close that and maybe also try to clear the cache and try to rerun it. So if you face issues, let me know. I'll just click on OK. So let me just, so it shows the is passkey really okay. So create pass. Then you can see the create passkey button automatically disappear. So what is the thing is in our code, is the passkey? Okay. In our code, what we have written, the user passkey length is 0. That is, the user doesn't have any passkey. This button, create passkey button should appear. Else, if the user passkey length is something, if the user passkey has some length, then it is understood that the passkey is set, the passkey value is set so that our button won't appear. It will appear only if the passkey length is 0. That is, the passkey is not, when the passkey is not created. So now the passkey is created for us. So if you click on the profile, when you click on manage account, so if you click on security, you can see here passkeys. Passkeys, that is iCloud. So since I have logged in with my iPhone, it is showing iCloud keychain, and it is showed when it is created, when it is last used. So our passkeys are created and stored in our Clerk account, so that only it is the create passkey button is not appearing. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Ketana, can you just share the header.tsx file code?
Yes,
It's
I'll just,
something I missed maybe.
okay, I'll just share it. I'll just share it to you. So I have shared it to you, Renuka.
I will check it later.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So let's sign out and let's log in with the passkey. Let's check with whether it is working perfectly or not. I'll just sign out. So when I click on sign in button, so you can see continue with Google or email address, and you have an option called use passkey instead. This is because we have created passkey in our Clerk. So the Clerk shows this option, use passkey instead. Let me click on use passkey instead. So sign in with your passkey, that is iPhone, iPad or Android device. Next. Okay. So let me just scan this QR code. Sign in with passkey. Then I will enable, like I'll approve from sign in from my device. Okay. I have approved it. So if just the sign mobile, so you can see the our application is signed in via the approval is done, and you can see my user profile, and yeah, it is signed in using passkey. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, Ketana.
Yeah. Himani, can you see, like, can you do it sign in?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, I did. It worked.
yeah. Yeah, perfect. So far we have done sign in. That is the major part, which is the Clerk integration. We have integrated the Clerk, and we have done sign in using Google account, and also sign in using passkey. So before going to the next part, I'll just explain once more, explain the sign in part, so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. Let me just here. Mhm. So if you see for Google authentication, that is the Google sign in, we have included a line called sign in button mode is equal to model. Okay, so this is nothing but this is actually the header component that actually this is a specific header component, does not directly handle our Gmail login itself. Instead, it shows the sign in button. When the user is not logged in, it shows the sign in button. The sign in button is shown because of this model. We have this sign in model. Where is the model? Just search it. Yeah. If you see here, we have included this line sign in button, and we have given the mode as well. So this sign in button, where it comes from, it comes from the clerk. So this sign in button is nothing but predefined a predefined boilerplate in the Clerk. So which helps us to, we can simply import this sign in button and we can simply use it anywhere in our code using this syntax. So when you simply use this, so it will, when you click that button, it will automatically opens up the sign in model. So it is nothing but when the user clicks on the sign in, the Clerk model opens the login option including Gmail. So if the user selects on the Gmail, the Clerk connects with the Google to verify its identity. So it's nothing but, so the Google authentication is done with this line of code, that is the sign in button. The sign in button is imported uh, from the Clerk Next.js. And when we click on sign in, that is when the user clicks on sign in, the Clerk model opens. This is nothing but the model. I'll just sign out. When I click on sign in, something like this model opens. So this model is opening because of this line sign in button mode model. So after this is handled by the Clerk itself. So after this, it shows the option for the user to sign in with the Google or Gmail or some other method. So you can see whether continue with the Google or email address or something. So some other methods. So this is by default Clerk can handle. The only thing we have to do is import this line, that is include this line. We have to import sign in button and then include this line of code. So after successful login, so when I click on here, when I click on continue with Google, after successful login, what it does is the Clerk use user hook user hook in the component that detects the login user and provides the user info. So after successful login, the Clerk uses use user hook. What does this use user hook does? It fetches the information from the Clerk, that is the user details, the name and the profile picture, everything. It fetches from the Clerk and then it provides the user info so that we can project in our UI. So what we have done here is, so we have imported the use user hook. Okay, this use user hook contains all the user data. All the user data is present in the use user hook. And then what we have done here, so I have given welcome back and I have given user dot full name. User dot full name is nothing but in the using the use user hook, we have deconstructed the user. We have saved everything inside the user and the user as a full name. So I'm just fetching the user dot full name. So it is being displayed. That is the my name, like Kirta Mahavishnu is being displayed. And we have one more component called UserButton. This UserButton is nothing but which is imported from the Clerk. So it is also the functionality provided by the Clerk. So if you give UserButton, then our profile picture will simply be displayed here. So this is the use of UserButton. So when I click on this UserButton, we have this option manage, sign out, and everything. All this is handled by the Clerk itself. So I repeat, so for the Google authentication, we have, if you include this line, sign in button component, so the sign in is handled by the Clerk. When I click on sign in, the Clerk opens a sign-in modal. So it is because of the sign-in, this line. So it shows an option for the user to sign in with Google or other methods. So after successful sign-in, the clerks user hook, it fetches the data, that is, it stores the user data so that we can deconstruct it inside the user, and we can use it later in our code like this. And we also have a user button component. This component displays the this my user profile here. When I click on this is the user button component, and it has manage account and sign in, everything. Whatever you click and you see secured by clerk and development mode, everything is just the button or some component which is fetched from the which is used directly from the clerk, and we are just simply importing it and using it in our code. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, Kirtan.
We have just used clerk UI component, that is the sign in button and the user button, and we have also used clerk hooks, that is the use user, to get the user details.
Okay.
Is it clear? Like, is it very clear? So it is very simple. We have just you have to just use sign in button UI component and this line, and then you have to use user, and you have to deconstruct it into any variable. That is, we have here we have used user, and you can access it using user dot full name or user dot something, like in the if you console dot log user, and it has so many information, you can take that information from it. So
Okay.
this is the step of logging in, like implementing the Google authentication in Clerk. Is it very clear? Like, so that you can just re-implement it anywhere.
Yes, Kirtan.
Yeah. So just remember these three: sign in button,
Hmm.
user button, and the hooks. That's it. These three are only needed to implement the sign in, Google sign in. And coming to the next part, we have implemented the passkey as well. So we have implemented the passkey, and it is done only using these 4 to 5 lines of code. What is that? We have something called createPasskey method inside the user. So we have fetched the use user a hook, and we have user, right? This user has something called createPasskey method. So if the user exists, then we are accessing the createPasskey method. So if that createPasskey method handles everything, that is creating the passkey. So this one line of code does everything. So the user, if the user is available, then I will select dot create passkey. This create passkey does everything. So it helps us. So the rest is handled by the clerk. So only thing you have to do is you have to give this method here, create passkey method. So I'll just write this as well for the create passkey. You have to simply use this create passkey method. That's it. That's it. It's done. So these, what do I say? These 3 things you have to remember for the sign in, the hooks which you have to use, and for the create passkey, you have to use create passkey method. That's it. And it is very simple. So while we started in the beginning, it will look complicated. So like it's like we are implementing something complicated. using, we are implementing create passkeys, and we are implementing Google authentication. But this is the major use of Clerk. It handles everything. The only thing we have to do is import its UI components, hooks, and the methods, and just use it wherever it is needed. So that it is very simple. So now if you see this code, it will look very simple. Everything is handled by the Clerk. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. And does this looks simple now?
Yes, now it looks simple what we did. Why we use sign in button and user button and everything.
Yeah. So you can just maybe you can just try to only import simply without doing any coding or something. Just create an application. Just try to implement this Clerk in application, so that you will get a clear knowledge when you try to implement by yourself. Don't concentrate on UI. Just create any sign in link or something like a span, and just try to implement these things which we have discussed, so that
Okay.
you'll get used to it. Where
Okay.
the only thing is, like, once you try by yourself, you will never ever forget it. It is very simple.
Okay.
Okay. So coming to the next part. Just refresh it. Let's implement this search part. So when I click on search something, when I type something called t-shirt, when I click on enter, loading. Parameters should come. Let's see. Let's implement and then let's see. Okay, now let's implement the search. So let's go to the search bar. Okay. So the action is /. Okay, this thing is the query. Okay. Yes, it was taking a long time. Let me just search for the t-shirt again. When I click on enter, you can see that search query equal to and 404, this page not found, because we have given the search, that is the action, that is the path /searches. We discussed about routing, route cars and route groups before. So when you click on slash, and when you give /search, what it does, it goes here and it will search for something called search, some folder's name called search. So it will search some folder name called search. For now, search folder is not present, so it will show 404 error, this page cannot be found. So what we can do is we can create the route. The route is nothing but the folder which we create. So when I go to this app, I'll create something called search. So the route has been created. So inside the search, I'll have page.tsx. So the search path has some page.tsx, then REFE. It is not working. Why this is not working? It is taking time for me. Okay. Code formatter is not working. So just simply give RFC. You will see the code here. So I'll just type manually. And then I will just write function page. So when you simply give
It,
RFC, it will create for you.
it now you miss SIGIN function.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for letting me know. We'll have something like this. I'll just and let me export it. Okay. This is a search page. Okay. So let me change this to search page. So as I said before, we couldn't see the search page 404 not found because it doesn't have any search folder and we don't have any content here. Now we have the search folder, which is the representation of this search and it has a page.tsx. So let me click on type something and let me press enter and uh, let's solve this. Mhm. Okay, we have something separately here. So it doesn't have any layout. So that only it is asking for this Because of that only we are seeing some error. So it doesn't have any root page or something, root layout. So what I'm going to do, we have to create this search inside this store. So let me just move this search folder to store because that is the root folder. Let's try to reload it. So you can see now search page functionality is being rendered. So let me just go back to the local host. So you can see the hello world 123 click me, which is the normal page, that is the root page layout dot tsx, like page dot tsx for the root. So when I type something, when I click on enter, it will go to the search folder and it will display its content. So when I click on t-shirt and search, so you can see the search page content is being displayed now. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, it is very simple. So now we have to handle this search param, that is the t-shirt which we have given in the, what we have, this t-shirt we have typed, I think, in the header. Yes. Yes. Coming to this part. So this input, in this input only we have typed something called t-shirt and it has an action called search. So it is navigating to the search. So this is nothing but the search parameter, something called search param. Okay. That is the parameters which we have passed during the search. So we need to get this search param in this page.tsx so that we can just handle the search. That is, when I click on t-shirt, something we need to handle it via the database. So maybe using sanity or something. So we need to pass this search parameter to this search page. So how do we handle this? We'll see it now. So before that, I'll explain a concept called dynamic parameter. Dynamic parameter is nothing but the value which is given by user dynamically, means it keeps on changing. So when we type something on the search button, it keeps on changing. We type so many things. The parameter changes dynamically. So each and every time the search parameter will have different parameter. So that is called the dynamic parameter. So it is very important to know all these um, um, what do I say? All these wordings, that is the dynamic parameter and everything. So when you explain something to someone, using this technical wordings is very important so that it shows that you are technically strong and you know the technical terms. So we have one more thing called search params. This is nothing but a query. Parameter in a URL. That is a query parameter is nothing but query parameter is nothing. It usually comes after the question mark symbol in a URL. So query parameter, that is the search. It's a query parameter is nothing but something that comes after this question mark in an URL. So if you see localhost 3000 search, after this search there is something you can see called question mark. After this you can see the query parameter. So this is nothing but the query parameter. Anything that comes after this question mark in a URL is the query parameter. So these two you have to remember. Yeah, this is it. So what we are going to do, let's go to the page.tsx. So we will get something called search param from the, that is from the header.tsx. Because we are handling the form, we'll send the search param, and then what we will do, we will just simply check whether the search params query is string or not, because we need for search it has to be string, for pagination it has to be number. So let me just check search for a parameter query is string or not. So remember, search params is string for search, search param is number for pagination. So pagination needs number, right? Number 1 or 2, everything. So for that, we'll be using number. For search, it has to be, the query should be in string. So because we are just double checking whether the query is string or not. So after this, we will just constant query. We'll just restructure the query, search param into the query. Likewise, what we did in here, from the user, we have destructured using the user um, constant. The same way we are using it for using this for from the search param, we are destructuring it into the search constant. Let's search this. Let's go to the no error. So whenever we do this, because when we search something, we'll get something from the database or cloud, everything. So it is an asynchronous function. So we need to await. Since it is an asynchronous function, we need to await. So so this means this function, we need to make it as async. Oh. That is obvious, right? When you do something like fetch some data from backend or some cloud or database, you have to simply do await, and we have to make the function into async. So eventually, let me use this params search page for. We use this query here, so which I have restructured from the search param. And let me just refresh it. So you can see search page for t-shirt. The query is nothing but the t-shirt. So the query is being displayed here. That is from the header. From the header, we are passing it to the page.tsx of the search. Is it clear?
Yes, Kirtan. Kirtan, could you explain the line again in the search page? Can you go to the search page? Yeah,
Okay.
so we have okay, comma. So we have used search params, then this colon sign, and
Just
again
a minute. I'll just explain the whole process, okay?
okay.
So that you will get a very good understanding of it. So what we have a form. The form has an
Okay.
action search, action slash search. This is nothing but it should navigate to something called this is the path, that is the route. It should for this route we have to create a folder called search, and it should have a page.tsx, and this is being displayed. Is it clear? Is this part clear?
Yes.
Yes, Kirtan.
Yeah. So after this, so when uh, the form is being submitted, when the form submits, when we submit a form, what it will do, the action takes place, that the action dot search takes place. So when the form is submitted, what it does it, the query string based on the input with the name, we have given something called name query. Okay. When the form submits the query string based on input with name query. So you can see here something called in the input called name equal to query. This is also being sent to the action place. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, when we submit, the action part takes place. The action part navigates to the search bar. While doing the form submission, the name equal to query. This query is also being sent to the form action. Okay.
Okay.
So the form action, now the query is sent. For example, the query is t-shirt, which I have typed, and it is sent to this action, that is the search. So coming to the search, page.tsx, what we have got search parameter. So something is sent from the header, that is the query is being sent from the header, and we are taking this as the parameter here. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
So since I have written it in this way, I think it's confusing for it. This is nothing but this. This is nothing but this. We are taking the search param. Is it clear?
Okay.
So this search param is nothing but what we get from the header.tsx. And what we are doing, we are just making sure the query is string. It is mandatory to do this. And I also said when it is search, the query should be string. When it is when we are implementing pagination, the query should be a number. Is it clear?
Okay.
What we did
Okay.
in this search page, we have just taken the search params. You can give any name, but it is standard to give search param. We are getting it and we are checking whether the query is string. If the query is string, what we did, we are just destructuring it into a query. The value, the search param is nothing but the value which was sent from the header. The value, what is the value? This name equal to query. The query, the value is nothing but the t-shirt which we sent here. So what should be in this query? The value of the search param should be here. It is nothing but the t-shirt. Is it clear?
Yes. Okay.
Since we are fetching something from the backend, it will be fetching in future. So we are making it as await, and we are making the function at asynchronous function, since this is an asynchronous operation. So whenever you fetch something from the API, then it is mandatory, it is an asynchronous operation. So then we are getting for checking it, we are displaying the query. The query is nothing but the t-shirt which we have typed here. For example, I have typed something called handbag. So what it does, so handbag is nothing but this input name query. In the input, I have typed handbag. When I click on enter, the handbag goes to this page.tsx, and this handbag is the search param, and the search param is checked whether the query is string. Yes, the handbag is string, and we are destructuring the handbag into this query constant. Now this query constant holds the value of the handbag, and now we are trying to project it in our H1 tag. So when I click on handbags, so the query is changed to handbags, then the handbag is being displayed here. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Did you understand completely the logic,
Yes,
everything?
get now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So when the form is submitted, yeah, this thing, I'll just finish it. The query is sent as search params to search page.tsx. So we have passed the queries, and we can see the query is being reached here, and we can verify it. The query is being reached in the search page.tsx. What is the next step? We need to get, for example, when I click on handbags, we need to fetch the data of the handbags, and we need to display. The data is, we need to make the sanity work here. So that is, we need to populate the database. So now the sanity should be running to fetch the data from the sanity. Sanity should be up and running. And we need to define the schema as well. Schema is the layout. It should be also up. It should be also up, and it should also be running so that we can fetch the data from the sanity schema. So when these are running, we can just, and also in the schema, we need to add the product information. These are the next step we need to do. And once it is done, we need to render it in the search page. Render the product information in the search page. Is it clear?
Yes.
Did you? Yeah. And it's very simple, so you can just understand. But before starting it, it's better to understand what to do next. So we need to set up the sanity, and we need to set up the schema. We need to add the product information, and we need to render the product information based on the search query in the search page. Instead of search page for handbags, it should display the handbags details, or whether the detail is present in the sanity schema, or if the detail is not present, it should show no products found, something like this. So this is the next step we need to do. Let's do that. So we need to set up the schema. The sanity is up and running because we already set up the sanity. Now we have to set up the schema. So let's go here. Here you can see the sanity. You can see the schema types. So let's go to the sanity before this. So yes, I just want to show you this as well, which we discussed, that the sign in component, the user button component. So when you go to the clerk, you can see the users and how to use and documentation of the sign in component. So the sign in component renders the user UI, allows the user to sign in or sign up by the default. So This is the use of the sign-in component. When you just write this code in your import and write this code line of code in your page.tsx or layout or anywhere, so it will just render this component. The same way user button component. This user button component, it will, when you use import and use this, and it will just render in your browser. So, and you have so many component. You have user button, user profile component, and you have organization. You have so many components. What you have to do, you have to see, you have a clerk loader as well. So what you have to do, you have to simply import that and then just simply use it in your application. So let me just go to the sanity. This is not the link. Let me go here. Let me just do it. And with Google. Let me just see the projects which we do. Is the organization. Oh, where do we see my where do we see my application? There is Canvas as well. Yes, and presentation. Maybe driver, dashboard. Okay.
Click on start building, I think. Then you can see.
Which one? Get started.
No, go back. Okay. Maybe it works.
I just clicked as Canvas.
No, the main page and start building might be there, you can see.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, here, start building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I could see R. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thanks, Himani.
Okay.
So we have discussed earlier something called we'll be using type gen insanity. I'll just explain that. Let me type on sanity type gen. Go here. Let me explain this. What is type chain before we start with the sanity type chain. So these are all now these concepts are related to the database. Okay. So type gen is nothing but the full form is type generation. And it stores your content like the product details, everything. Stores the sample products, details, prices, everything. Okay. So when we are using TypeScript in the front end, you want your app to know what field a product has, what type each field has, whether a field is optional or always present. So TypeGen helps with that. It automatically creates a TypeScript based sanity schema. So you know what is schema?
Yes, you explained in the start when we created the blog part. Schema
Yeah.
is the design we want to give.
Yes, exactly. It is like a blueprint or
UI.
structure.
Yeah.
So let me just explain in a very simple way. So let's consider sanity. So sanity, I'm saying it as, hey, I want a box for to store my product details. I want a box to store my blog details. So for example, so I'm having products and I'm having something called blogs. I need to have something called blogs, and I need to have something called authors something. So I'm asking so I'm asking sanity for all these. I want to store all these data in my sanity. So I'm asking sanity like I want box for each of this. To keep it organized, you define what goes in each box. For example, schema is a plan. As I said, it's a blueprint that says each product have a title, it has price, and maybe description. Okay. For example, uh, the products has something called price, title, description, and we have everything stored inside this product schema. So for the blocks also has some information called title and author and so on. So this author information has author's name, author's date of birth maybe, and his genre of writing. Yes, so many things we can store. So to store all these, we need to organize this in a way. So rather than simply storing the price, title, description, and author, everything, you can just create separate schema for the products. You can create separate schema for the blogs. You can create separate schema for the authors. So for that only we need a schema. So we need a structure. So the product schema has price, title, description, everything. The block schema has this and the author. So we can just organize each and everything in our sanity. Is it clear?
Yes.
So why do we need to use typegen? Typegen is it's for the type. Since we have used TypeScript, we need typegen. Typegen is nothing but we need to know the type of the product. That is, for example, the price should be a number, the title should be a string, the description should be a string. So we need a type specific products to be stored. For that only we need to use typegen. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So it is basically used to generate TypeScript types automatically from the sanity schema. For that only we are using typegen.
Okay.
So let's go here. So first up, if you see here, we need to install the sanity schema extract. So let's type sanity CLI to make it. So let's go here. Let's go to the documentation. Oh, there is some issue with the documentation. There is some issue with the documentation. Yeah, you can see. Here you can see, first we need to install the sanity globally into our application. So before we have installed it locally, now we are going to install it globally so that we can use in any of your Nextjs project, whatever you create. It is not required to install each and every time. Since we are installing it now globally, we can just use it in any of the project. So what I'm going to do, let me just split the terminal and open a new terminal. I'm going to um,
Okay, now from where we can see the command you are getting for CLI, like
yes,
which link you follow?
I just follow the first link. This command line interface
Line.
sanity docs.
Command line interface sanity docs. Okay, okay. Yeah, got it. You got it, Kitna.
Yeah, so let me just install it, npm install global sanity later so that this is not Okay, let's get it installed. So once this is installed, you can use Sanity in any of your project in the command using the command line. Did it get installed? So yeah, it is successfully installed. Now we can globally, like you can use any of your Next.js application like the Sanity without installing it separately. So after this, let me just go to the let me just open localhost studio as well. It will take time initially. Let it right. This is not working. Could you able to create open Sanity Studio?
Yes.
Sanity Studio open for you?
Yes, Ketan.
Fine. Try again. Okay. So in the Sanity Studio, you'll be seeing something called blocks and post categories type. Can you see that?
Yes, post categories, authors, inside
Yeah.
blog.
Yeah. That let me just go back here to the code. So if you see in the schema type inside this Sanity, you have something called post types. You have for everything you have types defined. Authors also some types. Blog content also has some types. The category also has some types. So all these are nothing but the TypeScript type gen, like which we define the type. If you see here in the post type, this is the syntax to define each and everything. So we have name, title, the type should be string, name, slug, type should be slug, and if I'll explain all these types, string, slug, reference, everything. So for this, the categories, the type should be array. So the published at the type should be date and time. So all these types are being defined here in the schema. So likewise, we need a schema with the defined types to display the product details. So so once that is done inside in your project, just copy paste this sanity schema extract. This should create a, so let me just do here sanity schema extract. I have just copied this from the this thing which we have seen sanity type gen. I have this link right there. I have something called TypeScript generating types. Inside this I have this thing like the minimal example. So I'll just let's just type copy this sanity schema extract and I'll just paste it. Let's see. So the output is, if you see is, the output's a schema.json file. So we should see a schema.json file. We have, it has been created, Nextjs Project e-commerce application and schema.json, where it is. Yeah, schema.json. So this schema is nothing but the full schema of all of the thing which we are doing here. So So if I type for the whatever you have, author, blog, categories, post, for everything, all these schema are extracted and given in a full schema. So what is the
Uh,
next step we have? Yeah.
Kitna, I need 3 minutes. Washroom, just 3 minutes. I need.
Yes. I'll just can take a break and come back. Just after 10 minutes, I'll finish. Yeah, you can go.
I'm back.
Yes. So, and then what we have something. Oh. So we have something called, we have implemented this, like we have tried doing this, and we have a schema.json file, and we have extracted the schema. And then let's do a sanity type gen. Try to do this. Just click on it. Taking time. So once you type this, you will be displaying something like generator TypeScript types, two schema, two grok queries in one files or something. So you need to see something like this. If you see something called files into sanity types.tsx. Yes. Just type called sanity or type.ts. Where is it? Search that file.
It is there below, above sanity.json.
Yes, exactly. So here you can see all the types. That is the for the post ID type created at and main image, and what else for the author, and for the category what are all the types used for the block content, and what are the types and values each and everything is being used. Everything is extracted here with grok queries. So did I taught you about grok queries? What are grok queries?
Which queries?
Grok, Grok.
No. No,
Okay.
okay.
Then I think we will continue with this. We will just create the schema. We will learn what is grok queries, type gen in depth, and we will implement the sanity type gen schema tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stop here and try to practice this, and I will share the mirror board discussion what we have discussed today, and yes, try to practice the authentication, the passkey authentication, and those things. And we have discussed some more part also, the params, query params, and the type chain, everything. So try to revise those concepts, and tomorrow we'll start implement the sanity type chain schema.